it's Jackie, and I just had a little art project to show you. I decided to try my hand at making an ATC, and this is what I came up with. I think my mixed media skills are improving, so I just kind of wanted to put them to use. It was inspired by, I found this Dear Lizzie Serendipity die set at Winners for $2, and I brought it home. I thought I should use it, so I just used this smaller flower, the leaf and the center there, to put this together. I painted some pages, I cut some pages out of book paper, and then I tried to use some different, like to give it a little interest. I have like some glitter tape down here to give it some glitter. I've got some foil up here that I just used some transfer adhesive and a stencil to foil it. I don't know if it's shine there. You can kind of see the shine. So I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think they're super cute. And the thing is, I didn't just make one. I did a 12 by 12 sheet, so I actually did a dozen. And they're all the same. And so what I was wondering is if anybody out there wants to trade with me. I mean, that's what they're for, right? Artist trading cards. So it's just a 3 by 4 card that you do some art on. And it would just be a simple trade, like I would send you one, you would send me one. It would just be a card in an envelope, so that way there's not, the postage isn't very much, so we can do this all over the world. And just maybe put your name, your place that you're from, and maybe something about you on the back, and I would do the same. And then we can do a trade. So yeah, these are my cards, and I took some photos of the process while I was working on them, so I'll show those to you next.
The first thing I did was just take a fairly neutral sheet of pattern paper, and I just applied some magenta paint with my finger and some black acrylic paint with a credit card. Then to add some detail, I used some magenta Ranger ink and stamped on some script and did some silver stenciling with acrylic paint and added some washi. And then here's the second background pattern that I did. Just applied some blue paint with a baby wipe. I did a little bit of black splatter stamping, some white gesso stenciling, and then hit it with some silver stickles. And for my third and last background, I just used another sheet of pattern paper. I did a yellow acrylic paint wash on it, hit it with a little bit of gesso with my finger, and then splattered some magenta paint on top of that. And here are the three backgrounds together, and you can see now that the color palette for these cards is starting to form. Next was the cutting, which I think is my favorite part. I die cut the blue and yellow sheets. I cut some leaves out of some plain book pages, and I cut the pink sheet down into the ATC size 3" by 4". And then I just positioned things into a card to kind of get an idea of how I wanted the finished product to look. So now it's time to start making the individual cards. So I took some tissue paper, and I tore it into strips, and I glued some to the bottom of each of the cards using matte medium. And then I stuck a piece of glitter tape, washi tape, to the bottom of each of the cards. And then I just trimmed down all the excess so we have neat little cards again. I typed up a few copies of my sentiment, and then I just colored them with some squeezed lemonade distress ink, and then I cut them into individual sizes so they were ready to go. And using matte medium, I stuck everything down to the cards, including a little heart sticker in the bottom corner. Next, using some Martha Stewart transfer adhesive and a Crafter's Workshop stencil, I added some stenciling to the top of each card. And the transfer adhesive dries tacky, so I was able to apply some blue deco foil on top of the stenciling to give it a little bit of shine. And I just used a Sharpie pen to dot little dots in the center of the flower. The next step is to blend everything together. So first I did the leaves. I used my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen in Middle Purple Pink 125 to blend out the leaves. And then I outlined everything else that had been paper pieced using my Faber-Castell Pitt pen in black. And then they were finished. So here they are, all the finished cards. I absolutely love how they turned out. I had so much fun making them. I made them in the course of about an afternoon. And I hope this inspires you to try making some ATCs as well if you haven't tried it before. Thanks so much for watching.